Hi there, it's Kevin with Deckbuilder.com in one of my rant moods. So, this is kind of cathartic for me to do, to get on and rant to my YouTube viewers. Some of you may not appreciate these videos, some of you absolutely love them, some of you even say this is the only reason you watch my channel. It's when I get in one of these moods and just want to just go off. And today is one of those days. There are a number of issues that are just incredibly bugging me right now. That yesterday I decided to blow a few of them off because I've talked about this crap in the past. Nothing changes. So, there was a comment. Every time I get a comment on an old video, a notification happens on YouTube, and I just went back and read a comment, and someone's like, "Wow, the video is a year and a half old, and still nothing has changed." And it was one of my rant videos after MTGO changed from its ticket system to player point system. And I went back and rewatched it, and it's just, most of the things in that video are still so relevant as they were then as they are today, just with the direction of how MTGO has really evolved, or lack of evolution of MTGO, since I did that video a year and a half. The only real thing we've got is treasures and leagues, which both of those are kind of just meh. Leagues are actually pretty good. I like the leagues because you can play at your own pace. The draft leagues are a joke in my opinion because it pits off people with different draft pools against each other, which is, why do people do that? I did one draft league and I'm like, never again. This isn't fair whatsoever. It's pretty stupid because each draft will have a different power level just based upon the cards that were in the draft pool. And so whatever, some people may like that, sure. But the constructed leagues are actually pretty fun. I like them. I can play at my own pace. They seem to queue up pretty quickly. I can get done with a video series very fast, faster than I could do with like the two-man queues even. And you got to progressively get better prize payout and what like that. But we haven't seen any changes in prize payout. In fact, there's an announcement today that prize payout, we'll go over that in a second, is actually pretty terrible with their new updates that they want to do to Magic the Gathering Online. And then we had an announcement yesterday that I'm going to talk about new directions. It's actually titled Making Moves. You might have seen this on some other YouTube channels talking about it, about Magic Digital Next, about replacing Magic Online, and about things that they want to do in the future with the entire brand of Magic the Gathering. Some I'm okay with, some I'll rant. I'll definitely rant about this. So buckle in. This is probably going to be a long, kind of discombobulated, I can't think of the word right now, of back and forth everywhere rant about just my experience with Wizards in the last week. So the nail in the coffin as we woke up yesterday, we were crossing our fingers because we checked on our pre-release status and it said that it was out for departure from Sacramento. Well, we live in Utah. Sometimes I order from like Amazon a ton, and from a lot of things from eBay come from California. So it's not unheard of to get a package that's out for delivery or out for shipping on the day before in Sacramento to actually show up on time the day of that you need it in Utah. So we were sweating it, but not sweating it so much because it still said it was on schedule. Now I do know that there has been some flooding in California, and there's been multiple delays with the just winter weather. So understandable with that. But this morning we check on our package these are our pre-release kits that we have a pre-release at our local game store, and they're still in Sacramento, have not moved. So we're probably not going to get them because things do not get shipped over the weekend. We'll probably won't get them to Tuesday or Wednesday is probably when we'll end up getting our pre-release kits, which means that the pre-release is now irrelevant. It means that we have to scramble and cancel it and talk to people that have pre-registered. And it's just, again, things like this happen. I've had to cancel, as a swimming coach, we've had to cancel swim meets, and it's embarrassing and it sucks, but they've been out of our control. They've been out of the pool's control that we've, one of our swim meets, for example, this water pipe broke, and then they had to shut the electrical off, and we were right in the middle of a meet, and we had to cancel the rest of it. Things happen. I understand that. But I also have worked for a shipping company in the past. That's our main thing, was to predict, redivert, and make sure that our customers, that we at least could get product to our customers as timely as possible. And this is what really irks me about Wizards of the Coast, and especially their response to me as a local game owner, that they just don't care. They don't give a crap about my pre-release being canceled. And just that I'm not going to read you word for word what their email response was, that we're like, okay, well, we're closed next Saturday. Zach and I are going to a fishing tournament. We both like to fish, so we closed down our shop next week because we wanted to go to this thing, and sometimes like Saturdays we're gonna get back in time for the afternoon Saturday. Saturday mornings at our local game store are pretty much dead. So the few people don't get to come in and play some games, but most of our events will happen in plenty of time for us to get back from this and then open up the store and then hold the events as normal. Plus, we've already scheduled events for Saturday next week. So response back from Wizards was, tough luck, we're going to reschedule it for Saturday and Sunday. And we're like, well, can't we do it Friday? We can replace F&M and people at least can have like a pre-release type thing on F&M. No, under absolutely no circumstances can we do the rescheduled pre-release anything but a Saturday and a Sunday. So we're like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to just cancel. Is there a way we can get refunded? No, you cannot get refunded for it. So this is what just pisses me off about Wizards. Maybe they're not entirely at fault for what happened with the delays, but it really irks me that something that we have to, like I as a local game store owner, have to basically commit to Wizards that we are buying into the pre-release and telling them how much we want 2 months in advance because they don't want to be inconvenienced. They don't want to be inconvenienced at all with the local game stores ordering last minute and things like that for a pre-release. So we have to commit. This is how you do anything, any sort of like Eternal Masters that pissed us off when they did a reorder of it, because we have to come up with capital and we have to commit to buying that product way before they actually even release it. So this is something they've known. I mean, they know they've had the product, and they're just so paranoid about things getting out in the market early. I mean, it doesn't stop people. People are going to find ways to open up booster boxes early. They're going to find ways to. There's always been leaks and things that have been spoiled early. I understand that, but I don't think it's too much to ask to ship off a product during the height of winter season in one of even historic snowstorms in the West Coast that were predicted, to get that out early to make sure that it's at the place on time. They didn't ship off the stupid package till Tuesday. Tuesday is when they decided, oh, we better ship these packages off. And it's not just us, it's many people in the Utah area that we are not getting our pre-release kits now. And it's not all of them, which just sucks too, because, you know, that just means you lose out to your competitors. Fortunately for us, well, actually, unfortunately for our player bases, we don't really have any competitors. Let me just show you a picture of Richfield, Utah, and to show you exactly just how messed up this is. So this is Richfield. We are the only store. Hey, look, it even shows up. Gonro Games here. We are the only store within a huge radius of people to come play. So the next store is right here, up in Spanish Fork. That's the next store north. The next store south is clear down here in Cedar City. So everything else in this huge radius comes to Richfield. And we had these, we sold out. We sold out of our allotment. We were disappointed because Kaladesh ended up being scheduled on kind of a weird weekend for a lot of the community. There's a lot of things going on. And so we actually had kind of a lower showing of Kaladesh than we expected. We didn't quite sell out of Kaladesh. But this one we did sell out. So we have people from all these places like Castledale and Ephraim, and even clear up into Price, that which is up here somewhere, that are coming down. They are driving down to Richfield today, taking off work to play in the pre-release, and you know, we just basically have to say tough luck. And it's literally that's what irks me the most from Wizards, is they're like, yeah, we don't care. I'm like, can you help us out here? Is there something we can do to compensate or to... Nope, it's just all on us. We have to refund our player base. We have to basically say they're going to have to come next week or they're just out of luck. And it just really irks me because half the shipment actually came, which is weird because they probably came from different locations. As part of the pre-release package, we actually get you get to order the Planeswalker decks, those terrible Planeswalker intro decks, as well as you get the prize support booster boxes. So for each 18-man event, you're allowed to get a booster box of prize support, so it's 2 boosters per player that go into the prize pool, and that's it. You can't get any other extra boxes, nothing. That's all they'll give out, because this is what's allotted to the pre-release. So we have some boxes. So we're like, Wizards, can we at least do a draft? Can we at least do a mock sealed, not with just using the prize packs? No, absolutely not. You are not supposed to do anything with the pre-release pre-release prize packs except give them out to players. You are forbidden to open them up, which is like crazy because I already see other YouTubers opening up boxes of this. I've been very careful. Those box openings you've seen in the past, like the Kaladesh booster box opening, those are actually the prize packs. We offer people either store credit or prize packs for so basically, we make sure that we get, like, that was between mine, Zach's, and a few other people that play for the store. That was our prize winnings that we did for that booster box opening. But then I log in this morning, and there's tons of YouTubers already opening up booster boxes. Wizards doesn't seem to give a crap about that, but they're not going to let us draft. They're not going to let us, under threat of losing our WPN or getting a warning or whatever bullshit they do, they've strictly forbidden us to do a mock sealed or a mock draft with our pre-release prize packs, which is absolutely ridiculous. Also, a lot of these stores, we've called these stores, they don't have any extras. Of course, why would they want to help out their competitors anyway? We can't like drive up to Salt Lake and get some packs, plus we'd have to buy them at cost, and it'd just be a huge loss of money. I mean, Salt Lake is clear up here from Richfield. It is currently snowing too, so that's a pain in the ass to go up. It's almost for my car, it'd be about a tank to get up to Salt Lake and back. And so, I'm just super, super frustrated with the lack of concern and the lack of customer support that we got from Wizards. It was just basic, like, tough luck. Tough luck. So I've been on a little bit of a Twitter war trying to get a reaction, but, whatever. So that just makes me, I guess, to part 2. With really analyzing this article called "Making Moves" by the president Chris Cox of Wizards of the Coast, and it just seems like Wizards doesn't get it. And so read over this. It says that, so I like the fact that they've brought on more people. They've recognized that Magic Online has failed. Let me repeat that. Magic Online has failed to live up to the expectations of their consumer base. So they're bringing on actual people. And I really like Valve, so hopefully we get some good people from Valve that can come in and act. What I really like about Valve is they listen to their community, at least with Dota 2. It's in my opinion, they do a great job listening to the concerns and kind of incorporating people in the community with the direction of how the game kind of evolves over time. And that's a good thing, but the second thing this second line really bugs me. Really, really bugs me. So what would it be like to throw fireballs as a planeswalker in an MMO, or quest for treasures with your friends in a D&D augmented reality game? I guess okay, but we're Magic the Gathering, the card game fans. If you're this is the same problem that we've had with MTGO, is Wizards throwing a ton of money at like Duel of the Planeswalkers, or Magic Puzzle Quest, or Magic the Gathering the board game, or all this bullshit that they keep doing, rather than correct what they need to correct. They need to correct their Magic the Gathering Online. There's where all their resources should be before they try to start to branch out to a movie, or branch out to an MMO, or branch out to all these other digital experiences when they can't even get their main platform right. And so that kind of pisses me off with the direction that Wizards they're prioritizing. We also learned that a lot of people on MTGO were canned. Worth, he's been like the main guy over at Wizards for what, 15 years, was canned last night, so he was let go. A lot of to make room, I bet they're consolidating a lot of different divisions on Wizards of the Coast, and well, they're actually just trying to redo it, which I think they really need to do. And there was a lot of kind of like people, he's done a lot of work for MTGO, but the fact of the matter remains, that MTGO has failed to live up to expectations of its consumers for over 15 years now. You can go back to all of my rant videos about MTGO. You can go back to all of my rant videos about the corporation in general, and you can see that they've just gone just completely unanswered, or no changes have been done. It's just been the entire attitude from Wizards for 15 plus years has just been deal with it. And it just really bugs me. As now someone that has really supported their brand, I could have made other videos. I could have done Dota 2 videos. I could have gone back to my true love, StarCraft, and made, really pumped up their brand and their scene, or went over to Hearthstone like other people like Kibler just bailed on Wizards and completely went over to Hearthstone. I've stuck with Magic the Gathering. I've stuck with their brand. I've tried to believe in them. I've even thrown my own capital on the line and started a local game store, once again, back in the middle of butt nowhere, because it needed it. It needed it. There was no local game store within this entire huge radius of the state of Utah. So we're the closest game store in central Utah for the population here isn't that great. Richfield, you can see over here, the population of Richfield itself is 7,500. It's about 8,000 actually in city limits. This is a little bit off. What they actually consider Richfield, because it's just, they're, excuse me, the boundaries are really weird. You have a bunch of these chunks here that are more Richfield than anything. But the area of what we call Sevier County has an estimated population of about 20,000. And then we get about, I would say that our local game store is the closest for at least 30,000, and then on the border of another 10,000. It's just as close for them to come to Richfield as it is to go to Salt Lake, so they kind of get the local game feel rather than going to try to compete in this type of area over here. There's tons of local game stores throughout the greater Salt Lake area. Per capita, I'm sure we have some of the most local game stores. I know that we rank the highest in video game stores in per capita, I believe, in the United States. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, it's a huge gaming culture here in Utah. So anywho, we've basically, I feel like we've done Wizards a solid, and it just really bugs me the way that Wizards treats us this way, and especially like my brand. I just see, I keep logging back over to like Wizards, how much they prop up these other channels, how I'll see things that are just continually spotlighted, the people that kind of echo and cheerlead for them. I would say that I'm more important than the cheerleaders, the circle jerkers. Maybe that's an inappropriate word. Whatever. Of the Magic the Gathering brand, I will actually criticize what I think needs to be changed. You're not going to hear that by a lot of people that are just going to continue to prop up. I think that you have a lot to gain by people that will be outspoken and will help guide the direction of what I'm hearing from my consumers personally, from being a public figure as well as owning a local game store, and just my own issues that I have with the brand. So, anywho, that's just a little bit of where am I even going with this? I just need to get this out there and rant. So basically, the last thing that was just the nail in the coffin is the day after we get this thing about, we're going to redo Magic Online, blah, 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 we get this massive ass cash grab called New Single Game Match Draft League. What the hell is this? So basically it's going to be a one match. So you draft, and then you play one match. So it's $12 to draft a 2 Aether Volts, 1 Kaladesh booster pack. And then it's a single elimination game. So you play one game with your first opponent, and then here's the prize payout. 7 wins gets you 120 play points. So it gets you a free draft to the winner or seven in a row wins. And see, I guess you play everyone in your pod. Yeah, so I guess this is a pod payout here. So actually the prize support isn't nearly as bad as I thought, because they're going to give out 120 play points. So that's 1 free draft, 2, 3, 4, or a little bit over 4 free drafts. But that just seems like they just want more things to tick, don't they? They just want people to play as quickly as possible and then get into another draft as quickly as possible so they can get into another draft as quickly as possible. So it's just a huge money grab. No, actually, this isn't. You don't play everyone in your pod. Yeah, it's just you just play 7 matches and that's it. They're just trying to get you going as quickly as possible. And yeah, it's just so bad. They're still sold on this treasure chest thing that makes things so weird. It adds a lot of cards back into the pool, which is a good thing, I guess. But it's been historically, treasure chests have not made their EV, their estimated value, meaning that there continues to be this rake of money going in and money coming out of the the structure, which is just nonsense compared to every other. You can go back to other rant videos to see me talk about how I hate that, how I hate treasures, how I hate how Wizards of the Coast expects they give out one sort of. They should be setting the bar for like local game stores to mimic, not completely. If anyone else had these type of platforms at their local game stores, or their prize payout was so horrible, no one would ever come to local game stores. So I don't know. I'm hoping for change. I know I feel like a broken record here of, oh, I just hope that Wizards will get their act together, but I'm really, really, really starting to doubt that's ever going to happen. And where do we look for the future? Do I just jump ship to Hearthstone? Do I just do like Darium CCG and start riding the Pokemon CCG trend right now? I love the game. There are very few people that I know that have stuck with Magic the Gathering for as long as I have. It was my first love. A little bit of story with it. We being raised, go back to the Utah map, being raised in a very strict Mormon family, I wasn't allowed to do anything on Sundays. So like we weren't allowed to watch TV, we weren't allowed to go out with friends, we weren't allowed to really do much. So me and my brother would sneak into his room and we'd play Magic. So it was a quiet thing that wouldn't attract attention. And so I mean, it's got this lovely place in this nostalgia in my life. And I've been with the game off and on now for 20 years, and it's just over 20 years, and it's just sad to see the just, I don't know, lack of thanks is a better word that I receive from Wizards for doing whatever I can possibly. When I was little too, I used to organize tournaments. I mean, the entire area, Richfield exists, Magic exists because of people like me brought it down here. From up north and whatnot, and organize people during lunch at school and after school and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm just upset. I'm just saddened by this whole thing. I just am pissed off that I have to tell a bunch of people that are driving hours away their pre-release is canceled, and that's that. And we can't even do anything for Aether Revolt, even though we have products that are going to collect dust on our shelf. At least we have a few booster boxes that we could do something with, and being told directly from Wizards of the Coast that we're not allowed to do crap with it. That it's just going to stick around till next week and we can give it out for prize for support for a pre-release event that is not going to happen because I'm not going to schedule one. I'm not going to cancel my plans. And no one else is going to drive down the work they've taken off. And I don't expect other people to do that. So, anywho, yeah, that's that. Kevin with RogueDeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.